friends. In the month of April, going into May, I was able to grow my Instagram account by 849 followers net. I had about 950 so followers, few people unfollowed. And so that was the total. I know that a lot of us are leveraging Instagram as a means to market our business. A lot of us are frustrated with all the changes, the decreased engagement. And so what I want to do is I want to take you back in time and show you slash tell you what actually worked so that you can implement some of these strategies if you would like in your own business, or honestly, some of you guys have personal Instagram accounts that could benefit from some of these strategies. So that's what we're going to talk about. The first thing I want to highlight before I hop into the points is I am utilizing Instagram on my computer. For some of the admin required for Instagram, it's actually easier to do on your computer than on your phone. Many of us don't do that. The other benefit of using the computer versus using your phone is it's less addictive. A lot of you know that I am a huge proponent for leveraging technology, but also living a mindful life. If you find yourself being overwhelmed or anxious by the Instagram app, consider using Instagram on your computer for the admin. In my opinion, the main thing that you use the app for is for posting the content. Once the content is posted, you can respond to comments, you can respond to messages, you can even go live from your computer. So there's a lot of things that are more beneficial if you are using the desktop version of Instagram. So let me see, I can zoom in. I'll go ahead and zoom in a little bit on this so that we can see in a little bit more detail what is happening on this Instagram account. So we're going to go from top to bottom. Now at the very top, you can see something that I frankly don't care about, but a lot of people do care about. I do have a blue check mark now. Now, here's the thing. I could care less about the check mark, but a lot of people view that as a sign or a symbol of someone who is more established. If you are using Instagram for your business, I think it is worth the $14.99. I don't like that they're making you pay to play. However, allegedly, you also get increased security. And I think it would be a huge, huge issue if you are depending on this platform to market your business and you got hacked or something went wrong with your account. So for the increased customer support, for the alleged increase in engagement, and for the perception of a more established brand, it's literally perception, I would actually pay the $14.99. I'm gonna be honest with you. So that's first and foremost. You have to verify your identity. And so that is why you see LaShonda Brown at the top in my bio. In order to verify my identity, I couldn't just use my first name. I had to use my first and last name. I believe if you change your name after verification, you'll have to re-verify. So just be cognizant of what you want at the top of your bio when you seek verification. So for me, I began to realize that as long as people know I'm a tech educator, it doesn't bother me if they know I'm a YouTuber as well. Okay. So I took YouTuber out. I took speaker out because I'm clearly speaking a lot on my Instagram. And so the most important phrase for me to utilize in my bio was the term tech educator. Your name on Instagram is searchable like a keyword. So you want to have a phrase that people would type into a search bar. Something like coach, consultant, expert, and then the category of what you do. Instagram, life coaching, whatever. So that is what you have there. The next line says, helping biz owners work less and live more. If you have not tested out slogans with your audience, I need you to start doing that this week. I have been doing the same thing for years, but this particular phrase has been incredibly powerful in communicating the importance of technology. A lot of people are overwhelmed. When you say the term AI, people get anxious, they get overwhelmed. But really, the goal of my teaching isn't to overwhelm you, isn't to turn you into some techie. It is to help you to work less and live more. This phrasing resonated with people. they started to wrap their heads around what it is that LaShonda does. And so I kept changing that slogan. You've seen me say on YouTube, growing your biz without breaking the bank, all sorts of things. But I'm telling you right now, that phrase has been money. And so that is what I wanted at the very top. Now, if you want to know how I have a different font on my bio than the rest of the text, it is a site called superfancytext.com. Now, this is something that I will use from time to time to make things stand out in a caption or to make it stand out in my bio. It is a free site, and there are multiple fonts you can choose from, some that look like Times New Roman. I use super fancy text to do the text under my highlights. I use a super tiny one so I could put longer phrases there. And so those are two different fonts that I've leveraged in my bio. So superfancytext.com is how I achieved that. Now, the next line says, I am a 20-hour work week fan saved by grace. It's important to me that people understand that I am a faith-filled entrepreneur. I am a woman of faith. I'm a woman of the word, like however you want to say it. Saved by grace for me is how I like to say that versus Christian, faith-based, whatever. I like to say saved by grace because that resonates with me personally. I'll be honest with you. So it's important to me that people know I'm a Christian. And then also, I want people to know that I only work 20 hours a week. And the reason why I say that is because there's a lot of hustle culture crap on Instagram, and I don't want to be confused as one of those educators that's going to tell you work more, push more, do more. That's not my story. That's not my ministry. And so a 20-hour work week is what I have, second line. Third line, small biz warrior. Completely honest with you. I'm starting another YouTube channel and another brand called Small Biz Warrior. It is going to be a primarily YouTube and blog about how I am fighting to keep independent businesses open. We're going to share battle stories on the YouTube channel of obstacles that these small businesses have overcome to keep their doors open. And so I am starting now to push that phrase until I'm ready to tell people that it's a YouTube channel. I just got the branding from Burnell. Branded by Burnell is phenomenal. I love her. And I had her work on the logo design for that. I'm working with Natalie with Pretty Peacock Papery to come up with a line of merch. So far, we have a shirt, we have a laptop sticker. I want to do a tote bag and probably a clear mug. And so once these things are lined up, once the content is filmed, then I'll be able to drive traffic there. But until then, I'm just trying to get people to connect the dots and see how much I advocate for small businesses. So that is why that phrase is there. Then I have Canva Verified Expert. Canva is the brand that I partner with that the most people know what it is, and it helps them explain or understand what I do in terms of tech education. And finally, partnerships@lashondabrown.com. Partnerships@lashondabrown.com is not a real email address. It is an alias that I created in Google, so I don't have to give out my real email. And it allows me to see where the traffic is coming in terms of people who want to partner with me. Are they finding out about me because of Instagram or YouTube or LinkedIn? So you can create an alias in Google without having to create a whole separate inbox. If you guys want a video about that, because to be honest with you, back in the day, if I wanted a different email, I literally paid for another user on my G Suite, which is now, Google Workplace, or I don't know what's called now. But the point is, I was literally paying for a separate inbox when all I needed to do was set up an alias and have those emails come in my same inbox. Way less admin. So if you want to know how to do that, drop that in the comments. But that's the bio. Now at the top, you're going to see 3 pinned posts. 2 of them are carousel posts. One of them is a reel Um, I believe there's no copyrighted music in the reel. I believe so. So I'm going to play the reel for you really quick.
Information from. I don't know who your source is, but I will be the first one to tell you that is incorrect. I don't know where you got your information from. I don't know who your source is, but I will be the first one to tell you that is incorrect. I don't know where you got your information.
Okay. So you guys can see with this particular reel, one of the things I wanted to communicate to people was I'm a funny person. I love to laugh. I love to not take life so seriously. That's important to me to communicate. Also, this is probably the biggest myth that people have about Canva, specifically Canva Pro, that you have to pay for a Canva Pro account. First and foremost, you can get a 45-day free trial with my link, LaShondaBrown.com/Canva45. That is always a benefit for you guys. So if you were rocking a free Canva account and you watch me, you're wrong. Because like, girl, you could have been had this. So go ahead and get your 45 days. That is the longest trial that Canva puts out on the internet and is a benefit from me being a Canva expert. If you are a nonprofit, you qualify for a free Canva Pro account. And if you are a student, primary or secondary, you are eligible for a free Canva account through Canva for Education. So this is a huge thing for so many people. Yes, Canva helps to validate what I do, but this is a really big misnomer. Like, so many people do not realize this is a thing. And so that is actually what I chose to make the primary thing on my channel. You can recreate this with the sound, even if it's not trending. I think this is a brilliant way to be funny, right? To not take yourself so seriously, but also communicate to people that you are a subject matter expert. When you sit back and say, okay, in my industry, what is the number one thing that people get wrong, right? Whether it's you're a financial advisor and people say, oh, I don't have enough money to start investing. That's the biggest myth, right? Or if it's real estate, that I don't have enough money to buy a house. Think about in your industry, what is it that people just, for the life of them, keep getting wrong? And use humor to educate people versus being upset about it or being so serious about it, okay? Because ultimately, people want to feel comfortable learning from you, not overwhelmed or shamed or anything like that. So I just choose to use a little humor. Thank you, Amy, so much. I really do enjoy mixing humor with business because business is life, life is business, and life is funny. If you're not laughing, I think someone told me one time that a sense of humor is proof of the joy of the spirit. Like, if you have the Holy Spirit dwelling in you, you should be able to laugh at life because you know nothing's really that serious. So side note. But yeah, I'm definitely going to make fun of things when possible. It is what it is. All right. So the next thing was the post about National Small Business Week. Now, the way in which I did this post, it really is an evergreen piece of content, but people were thinking about small businesses more this past week because it was National Small Business Week. Now, I have access to the most gorgeous greenhouse known to man. Frankly, I think it's known to man. 10 minutes from my house. Okay. This makes me look like I'm living life to the fullest, that I have paid for something fabulous, and it is in my friend Megan's backyard. Like, Megan is next level. Okay. I used to spend so much effort on branding shoots, on hair and makeup, on choosing locations and choosing outfits and all this stuff. This girl does mini sessions 4 times a year, maybe 5. And I'm like, why am I making my life so difficult? Like, why don't I just simplify this process and build up a library of content that I can pull from that does not take forever to execute? I'm like, this is insane. I think that's one of the biggest reasons why people fail on Instagram is they put too much effort into creating the content. You can leverage Canva, and you can leverage, these mini sessions that photographers do all the time, where they do all the setup. All you got to do is plug and play, sign up for a slot, and go for 30 minutes, and you're done. You don't have to do this whole full out, production, because none of us really want to be doing that anyway. And it's just too much. We're doing too much. So this was the shoot. I brought a couple bags of props. I didn't even change my outfit, people. I had my shoes on, shoes off. And this is what we did in Megan's backyard. Now, the first slide is almost like a thumbnail, if you will. If you look at it on the feed, you can see the top and bottom gets cropped off because this is actually sized 1080 by 1350 instead of a square. So when you click on it, it actually gets longer. So what is cut off is my take my advice, my share this, my logo, and my save this part. If you guys don't know, because I don't talk about this crap very much, I put a lot of effort into putting my layouts into one giant Canva template for y'all. Because my carousel posts, and I'll explain more in a minute, my carousel posts are the major driver of followers on my Instagram account. One particular post right now has generated over 500 followers, just this one carousel post. So I wanted to make sure that if you were a coach, a consultant, or an educator, and you are pressed for time, that you could leverage the work that I did and go ahead and just get this template bundle. So basically what you do is you download it, it gives you a PDF, and the PDF will lead you to a giant Canva project. It has 31 cover layouts, 33 interior slide layouts, and 11 calls to action. It is size 1080 by 1350, which is what I typically use, and it looks like this. So I took a little screenshot, like legitimately, all of my past posts. If I did a different custom layout, it got dropped into this, and I will continue to grow this particular template. So if you need to just save some time, you're welcome to support the channel by getting this template and also utilizing that discount code as well if you're watching this live to get the 15% off. But anyway, so carousel posts are really the way to go. It is a way that you can simplify the process of creating content for Instagram without having to be dancing and pointing and caring about trending audio and all that crap. Okay, the second slide, I immediately get into the content. Now, you can see that the background of this slide is a photo. I'm going to be honest with you guys. A lot of y'all Canva graphics be looking like everybody else's Canva graphics. Spend more time thinking about how can I set myself apart with my design, and then just duplicate the design, okay? Put a lot of effort into that custom template for your brand, and then just keep repurposing it. So this particular format, I'm going to utilize it again for a post idea that I have, and I don't have to worry about going back in and recreating a different layout. As long as that first slide is different, okay, so that your feed doesn't look like the same post over and over and over again, you can leverage the same interior pages. Now, what I did was almost like a mix between a lot of text and big photos. So it almost felt like a lookbook, if you will. And as you can see, it is images from the same photo shoot. I utilized the greenhouse. I utilized the photos that Megan shot of me. I even added some stats in here to make it a more meaty post. I even gave her a shout out after all the content was done, okay? This is a great way that you can get your photographer to reshare your content because you are giving them free advertising for either their photos, their location, or both. Now, I made sure that people knew who the heck I was, right? Because I think a common problem is you guys make your Canva graphics so generic that folks actually steal your work and put their own logos on it or just repost it. So you can try to post my stuff somewhere else, but people gonna know it's me, okay? And so this particular slide, I use my Canva Verified Expert badge. I explain, I teach busy business owners on a budget how to work less, live more by leveraging technology. And then I hit them with the automation. DM the word workshop to get a to my signature workshop. One thing that I realized is we have too many calls to action on Instagram. Okay. Too many things we want people to do. People see the post 2 months from now, and what you've driven traffic to is no longer applicable. So I am going to keep doing my work less, live more workshop once a month. So no matter what, when they DM the word workshop, they're either going to get access to a live workshop or a workshop recording, but they fit to get something from me. And so you need to think about that when you're making your graphics, because otherwise you are wasting your time. So Darlene, thank you so much. I'm really glad you are feeling this, because people are not talking about what is actually working. I said follow for more, link in bio, subscribe to my YouTube channel. But frankly, I don't care if they do those things. If they DM the word workshop, I have taken that free content and I have converted it into cash in my bank account. Now, I also have a post about being a speaker, tech educator, showing people that I can create content for them. Okay. Now, this is the funny thing. These photos were taken by my friend Amanda at the same greenhouse for my anniversary. My husband actually forgot to wear his wedding ring because he went to the gym that day and left it on the bathroom counter. So while he went home and got his wedding ring to come back for the anniversary photo shoot, Amanda took some photos of me by myself. And that's what caused my brain to go like, oh, maybe I can, leverage this greenhouse for my own brand, because I really do like the greenery. It's earthy, it's brown, it's all the things. So I explain in this short carousel what it is that I do for people like, oh my gosh, so many different brands: HubSpot, Tailwind, PayHip, ManyChat, all the folks. The tech companies, I want them to know how they can work with me. And so I have a landing page on my website, which is linked here. I explain what I do. I put my combined social reach as of April 30th, showing that, hey, I may only have like 9,000 on Instagram, but trust and believe I have an audience somewhere else as well. Like, this is just my playground. This is not my main thing. So I put my combined social reach in there as well. Talked about the fact that I didn't sell anything my first year on YouTube. And then I dropped them with some real good testimonials. Okay. We've got to highlight what people say about us on our Instagram. It cannot just be you talking about yourself all day long, every single post. If you have testimonials, whether they are on your website or on LinkedIn or on Google, turn them into a graphic just like this, okay? This is what Maddie, the social media and partnerships manager at Flowdesk, had to say about working with me. Then I have a testimonial from Elliot, who is a senior marketing manager at Jotform, and what he said about me. So if I'm saying, guys, you can hire me to do UGC, and then I hit them with, here are some things that my past clients have said, not just a logo like, ooh, I've been featured. No, sis, like, they love the process. Okay. I make their life easier. And so at the end, I say, hey, I'm looking forward to partnering with you. I love using the word partner. I'm not working for you or even working with you. I'm partnering with you because I want it to be mutually beneficial. And that language means something. And so I said, hey, I look forward to partnering with you. And again, partnerships@lashondabrown.com, which is not a real email address. It is an alias. And you guys have said, an alias video would be nice. Yes, please. I want to know how to set up an alias email. So that will get added to the list of things that we talk about. Okay. So those 3 posts are pinned to the top of my Instagram account. After that, I can do whatever the crap I want, because those things communicate. I'm a Canva verified expert. I'm a small business warrior, and I am a UGC content creator. Those 3 posts at the top are how I'm going to make money with Instagram. Everything else after that is purely for traffic. Thus, when I'm doing these live streams with other like-minded educators, I'm not concerned if that video gets 5 views, 200 views, whatever. I simply need to increase the traffic to my Instagram account so people see those top 3 posts. So I went and tried a new restaurant in our local community. This was like a smoothie bowl place. And so they actually commented on it and said, hey, hope you enjoyed your smoothie bowl. I literally just made that, went out to eat. I went and picked up my bouquets from Irvington Spring Farm for the the bouquet club. I pay I just pay a membership and I get a new bouquet of flowers at the flower farm every week. So that was like something to communicate with them. Hey, that's a cool thing. One of these was a clip from the Instagram live that I did with Regina. I did a screen share, turned that into content. One of my newer clients, I actually got a bag from her shop. And so I did a little video about, hey, DM Heather at Meanwhile Back at the Farm if you want this bag. Okay. Now, I am not a lifestyle vlogger by any stretch of the imagination. I am a tech educator. However, highlighting what she does, talking about the fact that I work with her and will be coaching her on how to start a YouTube channel is relevant to my brand. And so I was able to relate it in that way. And then I do, silly things. Like I was messing with a filter before going on Instagram Live with a couple friends of mine. And I don't know why Instagram decided that they thought sticking a mustache on women would be funny. But I cracked myself up. So I happened to be screen recording it because I was going to do a video about adding filters on Instagram. This happened completely unexpected. But again, it goes back to me not taking myself so seriously, me having this as a humor. And so, even though it mortified my mother, I left it up on the feed. Okay. Because again, those top 3 posts communicate my expertise. I don't have to be, buttoned up and in a blazer every single time I post on Instagram. Another style of content that's performing well on Instagram is literally random B-roll and text on the screen. Y'all, I know that it's tacky. I get it. But when I tell you this style of content performs well on Instagram, it's kind of ridiculous. And I think it's just because people don't like to read the caption. And so at the end of the day, I was playing around with different formats, whether it was something silly, text on screen, a little vlog style situation. But I did not spend more than 10 minutes on the total post, okay? I would put some text on the screen. I would edit it, toss it up there with some music. I mean, sometimes it wasn't even trending music. It just made sense for the clip itself. And so I really tried to lead with the fact that I just needed to put something out there. I was not so concerned. I mean, literally this one, I'm sitting in my car after I went shopping around and supporting 4 different small businesses that my friends own. And I was talking about the importance of fighting for your friends to stay in business. This was literally me in a parking garage, just talking to the camera for 60 seconds. So I think ultimately we spent a whole lot of time creating content that, stays in our drafts. This particular one, I think I had like 3 or 4 text bubbles. This is all behind the scenes content that was shot at my friend CJ's house. He takes all of my thumbnail photos for YouTube. And so I already had this on my phone. I just threw these clips. Actually, no, Brianna edited this together. This was initially going to be my end of the year goodbye 2022 video. I never posted it. So I just changed the text and repurposed it when Skillshare came on as a partner. And I'm like, okay, cool. Now it's about Skillshare. So when you shoot B-roll like this, you can put whatever context you want on top of it. It's helpful to have these little clips of you doing interesting things in your job because it shows like the passage of time. It helps people to understand more what it is that you do. And it goes a long way. This was actually behind the scenes footage from that photo shoot for my feed. I had Brianna come alongside with me and she was, shooting little clips. I didn't know what they were going to turn into later. Then I made this about supporting my friends, things I wish I had done sooner in business. You can also take my content and repurpose the idea for yourself. So if you're looking for ideas, you can also just go to my Instagram account, see what performed well, and recreate it for your industry. The biggest thing is make it specific to what it is that you do. I did that for this particular sound clip. I saw it on a friend of mine's page. I used the audio and then pulled clips from my own phone, from getting my hair done to speaking in Chicago for Rotary, meeting Natalie Frank in Charlotte, working on the book launch, going to the flower farm with Brianna. This was Christmas with my husband, and then at CJ's house. I mean, these are all random clips that I had on my phone that were edited together and given context once I found a cool audio clip. So I feel that's the easiest way to make content on Instagram, is just be in the habit. If you see a sunset, if you see nice looking flowers, if you see a cool mural or whatever, we need to start collecting content on our phones so that you can make this stuff in 5 to 10 minutes and not be pressed on the production and put more effort into the caption. That is what's working. Now, the post that was getting me 500 plus followers, just one particular post, was, surprise, surprise, my Canva announcement post. This layout is inside of that Canva template that I showed you guys. And it's a simple how to learn from me in 2023. A lot of people have been doing the how to work with me carousel post. So I did a how to learn from me. Then I say, hey, you can get access to your free trial of Canva Pro. And again, I left him with a testimonial from a recognizable entrepreneur. Jess Ekstrom is the author of Chasing the Bright Side. She is a Forbes speaker. She is the founder of Mic Drop Workshop and Headbands of Hope and all the things, right? So Jess's opinion of me means something. And I took the time to design a really good looking graphic with her headshot and her branding and her name so that she would be more likely to share it and she would feel comfortable with me putting it out there. I have been boosting. You can see in the corner, it says currently boosted. I have been boosting that particular carousel post. So that is the only thing, I'll be honest with you, that is the only thing that I have put money behind on Instagram and have seen real benefit from it. I gained 6 followers during this broadcast. Now, I don't know if it's from the live stream or from that ad, but if I go in and view my insights, I don't know if you guys are going to be able to, yeah, that's so bright. You're not going to be able to see that. Let me turn the brightness down. Maybe you'll be able to see it. Let's see. Can you? Well, I'll just tell you what it says. Right now, I posted this on April 23rd. It's gotten 633 likes, 13 comments, 17 shares, 226 saves. It has reached 21,000 people, and it has contributed 556 follows. This one carousel post. 556 follows. I'm not dancing. I'm not pointing. I'm not even making new content. So when you guys go and you look at my Instagram account and you see things like, how the crap has LaShonda only posted 63 times? And she has, let me refresh this. Let's see. Yeah, I gained 7 followers, 9 hearts, and 8 messages. So, I mean, it really is working. And the amount of people that are taking me more seriously because they're seeing something different happening on my Instagram, it blows my mind that so many people's perceptions of my success is based on my performance on Instagram. I don't care, but they seem to care. Thus, I'm putting a bit more effort into it. I'm going to do like a speed round of some other things that I think would benefit you. And then I'm going to hop in the comments, answer any questions, and then we're going to do our Pomodoro session. But I mean, truthfully, I'm telling you exactly what I'm doing. I will probably have Brianna cut this out as a standalone video, so the housekeeping part isn't on here. But yeah, just look at what I'm doing and make it your own. It will work. It will work because I'm just testing it out for the sake of teaching you guys. That's the reality. All right. So if we go and do a quick little recap of things that were helpful, excuse me, I went live a lot. Those graphics are any of these graphics where you see two people, me being one of them. That is an IG live recording. Now, these IG lives do not have high views, but when I went live, it also pinged their account and said they were live and invited their audience to the broadcast. That's a very easy way for you to grow your Instagram account, is by live streaming with like-minded folks. I know I said that Carousel post brought in 550 so followers, but I gained, 950 some, about 100 of which unfollowed. So 849 total. And so live streaming was very beneficial. What helped me not go crazy doing 8 live streams in a week with other people was automating the process of scheduling people and getting their headshots in their bios. I did that through my online scheduler. If you go into Instagram and you DM me the phrase Squarespace, it will send you to Squarespace scheduling. I have a Squarespace site. You can also utilize platforms like Calendly, but I like Squarespace scheduling. It used to be called Acuity because it integrates with my website and it just makes things pretty seamless. I was able to get people to upload a headshot, to schedule their 15-minute time slot, to get reminders automated. So all I had to do once my friends said they wanted to go live was to send them my scheduler and they went on my calendar. I've got more lives coming up this week because a lot of folks couldn't do it last week. And so I'm using that same system that I refined through the process. When I first started doing it, I didn't have uploading your headshot as part of the scheduling. And then I had to send another email and I'm like, this ain't it. I'm not about this life. So within Squarespace scheduling, you can even add little file uploads to the scheduler, which I think is brilliant. So you could use that for podcast scheduling. You can use it for IG Live, going live on LinkedIn or YouTube, whatever. So definitely utilize some type of scheduler. Do not go back and forth in email trying to find a time. You will waste a lot of time doing that. So that was something that I learned that was super beneficial. You guys can tell again from looking at my feed, my graphics got better looking. I put more effort into my graphics, a lot of which I was able to do easily using a Canva Pro account. If you do not have Canva Pro, you can DM me the phrase Canva 45 to get access to a free 45-day trial of Canva so your graphics can look better. You're going to have more images to choose from. You're going to be able to use background remover. You're going to be able to use Magic Edit, Magic Eraser, and all the new magic stuff that Canva rolled out in March. If you have a pro account, you are missing time-saving features if you don't have a pro account. So if you don't feel like paying for it, go ahead and get Canva Pro using my free trial. Thank you so much, Cindy. I'm feeling where it's going to. I think the biggest thing for me is that now I can more easily mix graphics I created and images someone else took. And I think just having that consistency just really it just up levels my feed. So I'm really into that. Now, the third thing I would say along those lines is better edits, not just better edits with the photos, but with video as well. A great example of that. God bless. Somebody's trying to deliver something. I'm trying to work. I ain't gonna have to come back later. All right. Sorry, the doorbell just rang. Anyway, so I utilized the Captions app for this particular video versus the captions in Instagram. I think they look better and you can customize them more. You can also correct them more easily. And the colors look better because I edited it in InShot. I didn't use a filter in Instagram. I did everything outside of the app so I could easily repurpose it on LinkedIn, on Facebook, on YouTube Shorts. So I don't have the Instagram watermark. I just upload it to Instagram to share it. So the apps that I'm using for that are InShot and the Captions app. Now, the last thing I'm going to say is I started to automate things in my DMs. I had seen people saying this before. I wasn't sure how they were doing it, so I'm real nosy. And I did some investigative journalism and realized that they were utilizing a platform called ManyChat, who's now a partner of mine. Hey. So if you DM me the phrase bootstrap bot, it will redirect you to the next workshop. On May 25th, I'm going to teach you guys how I set up my Instagram to automatically respond to comments and messages with specific keywords. So if I make a reel and say comment blank, it's automated, the response. If I say DM me blank, it's automated. Now, what that looks like within the actual back end of ManyChat, it looks a little bit something like this. For some of you, this may be overwhelming, but it's really not that bad, I promise you. And so ultimately, it sets up a trigger that says, starting with this step, if someone sends me a message with this phrase, this is what I want you to do. I can customize the text. If I edit the flow, I can customize what the text says and what the button says. I can customize where the button goes when it's pressed. In this case, I have it redirecting to ManyChat using my affiliate link. And then, because I'm extra, 60 seconds after that message is sent, I say, hey, if you want to learn how to set this up, use the code live on YouTube to buy your ticket to my Bootstrap Bot workshop on May 25th. There will be a replay. Now, I just did that for the sake of being extra on this live stream. I'm going to delete this after the fact because I don't want everybody using that 15% off. But I set that up super easy. And so if you were to DM me the phrase Bootstrap Bot, this bot will be activated. It will send you that first message, which will give you the direct link to sign up for the workshop. And 60 seconds after that, or start. The first thing it'll do is send you to ManyChat. The second thing is to invite you to the workshop. So even my follow-ups in Instagram are automated now because I don't have time. And so if you are pressed for time or you just don't feel like doing it, you don't want to pay for an assistant, you want your time to be freed up with more things that matter, that's why you have to leverage technology. Technology can seem overwhelming for some, but for folks like me, this is a joy for me. This is something that I find so enjoyable. At half the time, I think it's hysterical. Other friends that are tech experts, they will try to set my bots off and try to guess what my keywords are. So now I've had to be more clever with my keywords. And so if it's not your calling to really know how this stuff works, find educators that you can trust to teach you how to do this stuff, and don't just stay in a place of I'm not a techie person. Find the tech people that don't make you feel anxious, that make you feel encouraged, that make you want to learn new things, and support those folks. So the post that I had on my feed, and I said share my Canva post, what I meant is carousel post. That particular carousel post where I talked about how you can support small businesses. If you all were to share that post, you would be entered into this week's giveaway. Typically, I give away a $10 Starbucks gift card to someone watching live. because of National Small Business Week, I wanted to do something a little bit extra. So I'm simply sending you $50. You can use the $50 to support a local small business. You can use it to put gas in your car, to buy groceries. Like, I really don't care. I just want to support you for supporting my channel. So if you are on Instagram and you have not already shared this post to your stories and tag me so I see it, I would encourage you to go head on over, find my Instagram account, and give me a follow and share that content. Now, I even think that one's for a Starbucks gift card, but it's $50 this week. So if you want to be entered in the giveaway for the $50, then make sure that you go ahead and share that post. It's okay, Angela, if you shared the wrong one. If you shared during this broadcast, I'll see the time when you did it. So that's okay. That's not a problem. I appreciate you guys. Again, you can utilize that code live on YouTube to get 15% off your entire purchase in my store. I have that carousel post template in there. I have freebies like the YouTube passive income guide. I've got a free habit tracker template, which was made in Canva to help you guys that are trying to accomplish your goals in May. You can customize this within Canva, and then it's black and white so it doesn't drain your ink when you print it. And that's just something free that I wanted to do for you guys. It didn't perform well as a paid product, and I have realized making it free actually was more beneficial. So don't get upset if some of your stuff doesn't hit right out the gate. Make it a free thing and use it to grow your email list. The carousel post template is in here. The Bootstrapper's Guide to Launching, which is an ebook. That particular ebook is 25 pages. It talks about your mission, your audience, your offering, pricing, visual branding, communications, photography, promotional graphics, copywriting, websites, sales funnels, and workflow. It also gives you 10 strategies to drive traffic to your website. I did that a long time ago, but I did some updates to it and put it in the shop. There is a recording from a workshop that I did a while back about YouTube tips for Canva. And this particular template here, let me go ahead and share this. This particular template here, I think is so helpful. I wish more of you took advantage of this, because a lot of you guys, you keep asking me how I'm getting these brand deals. And I really make it obvious by sharing not only the template, but I made a whole Canva video to kick off the 25 days of Canva campaign, walking you through it. So I even tell you, skip to 3 minutes and 40 seconds in this video to hear the strategy behind the design. In 2022, this is the literal PDF template I use to pitch brands. I really am trying my best to help you all to not just see what I'm doing and celebrate me. I mean, I think that's nice. I'm grateful that you want to celebrate me, but as an educator, I want to celebrate you. I want to teach you guys these strategies. I want to provide these resources to you at a price you can afford so that you can grow, because truly my business model isn't based on selling digital products. It's based on building my following. And that is what's appealing to the tech companies, and the tech companies pay my bills so that you don't have to. I'm grateful. I'm grateful for the coffee. I'm grateful for you purchasing digital products. I'm grateful for you coming to my workshops. Like, all of that is phenomenal. But when you look at my shop, I mean, there's nothing in here more than $25. I mean, I don't have a course that's $1,000 or anything wild like that. Like, everything that I do is super accessible. So I'm just putting that out there. I'm doing my best to try to make things more doable for you guys. And I hope you all appreciate it. So we are going to land this plane. I went in way more detail than I was expecting. And I do have a coaching session at 11:30. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and play the Bootstrap Stinger. And then we are going to literally go straight into the Pomodoro session. So decide what it is that you want to work on during the next 25 minutes. And as soon as the 25 minutes are over, I'm going to stop this live stream so I can open up Zoom and get ready for that coaching session. So I sincerely appreciate you guys. I really do. This is so fun for me. I don't know. I don't know how else to explain it. I just truly enjoy it, and doing it more often is helping me to have more confidence in teaching you all. So I appreciate you for being here live. I'm so curious to see when this is over, how many people actually showed up live to watch this. But what we're going to do is land this plane and then go ahead and start our Pomodoro session. So friends, until next time, ta-ta for now.